Sandy Munro, he just said what I've been thinking. No, seriously, he really did. He said that Aptera is creating a new industry. It's a new industry. A bit like when, MySpace created MySpace, or Facebook came along and did it even better. But you see my point here, and that is that this could be a very lucrative sector. It's a different product. It is, in my opinion, revolutionary. And that, my friends, is why a long time ago, I ordered one of these new things. Space cars, Jetson vehicles. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm the Electric Viking. My name's Sam Evans and I'm coming to you from Melbourne in Australia. Thank you for tuning in. Great to see you. I have hyped up this new EV because I want one. I want them to make one for me in right-hand drive so I can get it here in Australia and use it. How cool would this be? I mean, if I was the only one, that would be even better. No, actually it'd be worse because I want to see people using these because it makes so much more sense than an ordinary car. Most people don't need an ordinary car. They don't need, in fact, most people don't even need a car, to be fair. But if you're going to get one, this is the way to do it. And I don't know if you even call this a car. I'm trying to think of a name for this. What would you call this kind of vehicle? I mean, it's not a car, is it? It's a different thing. It's sort of like in between a car and a quadricycle. I don't know. Let me know. Let's come up with a name. Let me know what's an idea for a name for this kind of vehicle. Sandy Munro has high expectations of Aptera. He says it's creating a new industry. And the automotive engineer is known for his teardowns. He says not even Aptera is expecting the success that it will actually have. I hope that's true because I love what this company is doing. They're pushing the boundaries. You know the Cybertruck, right? It was really pushing the boundaries of pickup trucks. I mean, Tesla had to go out on a limb and just hope that people would like this new wacky looking thing. I loved it. I pre-ordered one. A lot of people hate it, but they had to take some risks to make it. What I think works for companies is taking calculated, intelligent risks. This new vehicle, that's what it is. It's calculated. It's intelligent. I really think it's the future. Sandy Munro clearly thinks very highly of Aptera and its solar electric three-wheeler, saying that it is the electric vehicle that makes sense even to those who would not otherwise consider one. The automotive engineer, now famous for his teardown, says that Aptera's sales projections for the next few years are conservative, and in his view, the startup will end up with more orders than it's currently predicting it will have. Now, I ordered one, right, with 1,000 miles of range. 1,000 miles of range. I think it cost $46,000 something. It might have even been less than that. Now, if I can get one, even if I ever had to pay $10,000 more, I still think it's an insane bargain. Seriously. The other thing to consider with this vehicle is not only is it very affordable considering the range. I mean, you can get one for about $20-something thousand if you want less range, but the efficiency is just off the charts. I mean, if you're powering this thing with your own solar energy at your house or just with renewable energy of some form, or even with, to be honest, even with any kind of energy, this thing costs almost nothing to run. Aptera already has 47,000 reservations for its solar EV, and I believe that unlike other companies, those reservations are legit. But according to Munro, that number will go up once the vehicle launches and people experience and understand what this thing is all about. Now, if you look at the manufacturing techniques of this, it's truly mind-blowing. The fact that it charges from the sun, but very efficiently, which will make the ownership experience cheaper and more fuss-free, well, Sandy believes this will be the game-changing feature that will bring in the buyers, but I actually believe there's more to it than that. See, it's not just about the ability to charge from the sun, but it's about the incredible efficiency of this vehicle, which is created through a couple of ways. One, its shape. Two, its incredible lightweight. Sandy Munro views this three-wheeler electric vehicle, or SEV, not as a replacement for a conventional car, but as a new type of vehicle whose blend of traits will quickly make it popular. He says that when talking about the Aptera with its more affluent acquaintances, they all deem it the perfect vehicle for their summer holiday homes, where they could just drive around on sun power and not have to worry as much about charging as they would with a regular EV. Now, the price actually starts at $25,900, but remember, this thing is really a technological tour de force. One of the key reasons, look at the manufacturing of this. It's completely different to pretty much any other vehicle out there. Not only does it have incredible lightweight carbon composite materials in the body structure to keep the body weight down and solar recharging capability, it also has an insanely aerodynamic design, an efficient drivetrain, and the ability to do 1,000 miles of range. Now, let's say they're exaggerating by 20%. That's still 800 miles of range. That's just mind-blowing. Now, have you seen this in any other car? Aptera's undercarriage swoops like a dolphin's belly, and this reduces drag, or the force of air flowing against the motion of the vehicle. The vehicle is curved at the nose, wide along the sides, and tapered toward the trunk, like a small, speedy aircraft. It's really a whole new design when it comes to the automotive industry. And when you look at the efficiency of this vehicle, it's just insane. I mean, the Tesla Model 3 is the most efficient electric car with an OECD of 0.23. Aptera is 0.13, nearly 50% slipperier through the air. But even better than that is lighter cars require less energy to move. Aptera weighs 65% less than most other electric vehicles today. In fact, in some cases, it's about 80% less. The body is actually built with ultra lightweight composites, and its arch shape mimics the physics of an eggshell. That protects you and the other person in the car with a safety cell that is much stronger than steel, says the company. The unique shape also gives the body the ability to have a large amount of solar space to charge. And the optimized roll resistance and low friction actually gives you a better ride. Aptera leads the pack by having the least rolling resistance of any car. The friction that comes from the wheels against the ground. Their 3-wheel design, instead of 4, eliminates one touch point where energy can be lost. Now, you've probably seen a lot of electric cars, right? They use skinny, narrow tires, try to improve efficiency. That's the key reason why. The less rubber touching the ground, generally, the more efficient the car is. That's why Aptera said, you know what? We don't need one of these wheels. Let's take it away. The other thing I really like about this car is just the concept that it's constantly charging itself, as long as you leave it outside. You can eliminate the worry of finding charging stations to some degree, especially when you consider the fact that this car is so efficient. Aptera's unique diamond-shaped solar panels maximize the energy you get from the sun. And this gives fully equipped vehicles 700 watts of continuous charging power, whether you're driving or parked. So it even charges itself when you're driving. That's insane. Now, the other thing that surprised me when I first saw this car is I thought, it's not the kind of car you would take on a road trip. But actually, it's got 25 cubic feet of storage, which is way more than I expected. So as you can see, I'm pretty impressed by this vehicle. I've pre-ordered one. I was a skeptic initially. Then I read more about the company, more about the CEO, more about the technology they're using. And like Sandy Munro, I was sold. So I placed an order. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.